My name is Maloney and I'm an Addressing Sexual Violence Advisor at the ICRC, and I'm really pleased to talk about the collaboration that has resulted in the UPROOTED exhibition in Geneva, because I think it brings together many elements of the importance of addressing sexual violence through a new medium, especially the use of art and the use of a different way of collaborating amongst humanitarian organizations to express the importance of addressing a humanitarian issue. So I became involved in this project in 2020. It had been proposed already that there be a collaboration between the artist Franziska and the ICRC, as well as the United Nations, by the ICRC's president, Peter Maurer. And as you can imagine, 2020 was a difficult year to launch this collaboration. And the key challenge that we faced, of course, was COVID, and how to collaborate on an important issue like sexual violence in conflict, in a context of global and rolling lockdowns, in a context of a globally uncertain environment in which the possibility of face-to-face conversations and advocacy was severely constrained. So the idea of using art and using the meaningful and symbolic sculptures that you see as part of the UPROOTED exhibition really sat with us as a challenge, how to resolve it. And I think it was through the goodwill and continued collaboration that we were able to realize this in 2022 as a series of exhibitions in Geneva, both at the ICRC Red Cross Red Crescent Museum and with the Ville de Genève and here in the Palais des Nations. So for me, the need to persist to realize this collaboration was extremely clear and very strong. COVID-19 has created an environment where sexual and gender-based violence is exacerbated, and also we exist in a world in which sexual violence in conflict is really constant and perceived as an issue that's intractable or unavoidable, when we know, in fact, there's much that can be done to prevent it. And so the idea of these trees, the idea of the UPROOTED exhibition really resonated with me personally, and from the perspective of trying to address this issue, because these trees, they draw our attention and they make us feel so uncomfortable. They give us a sense that the world is uprooted, that something that is perceived as organic, something that is perceived as natural is in fact not what it seems. And this is the case with sexual violence. It is something that is not natural to human nature. It is something that is driven by inequality. It is something that is deeply uncomfortable and ever present in the world. And through these uprooted trees, I perceive a sense of discord with the world, a sense that something's not right, a sense that the world is upside down. And this is true in the context of the humanitarian world, where we often see meeting basic needs like food and shelter as completely divorced from the types of sexual violence and gender-based violence that are prevalent in the world. And in fact, they're interconnected. This issue creates needs that are immense, that are intergenerational, that go on for years. And so by drawing attention through art, we've been able to reach new audiences and demonstrate that the UN and the International Committee of the Red Cross and all humanitarian actors need to work together and find new ways to address this issue, to bring the conversation to new places, to use art to engage with the communities, with activists around the world on this issue. So I'm really pleased to have been part of this exhibition and this collaboration, and to have been able to see support and a coming together amongst the US State Department, the UN organizations, the ICRC, but also people on the street, people who are interested, people who've been moved by, who've been challenged by, who felt uncomfortable because of this exhibition. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to sit with the uncomfortable truth that sexual violence is incredibly prevalent. We need to grapple with that. We need to deal with that. Then we need to prevent it and support survivors. We need to address stigma, address discrimination, treat this as a life-saving issue, and bring it into the central conversations that need to happen in our lives. It's not peripheral. It's super common, and we need to start talking about it. So for me, this has been an incredibly meaningful collaboration, which I've been pleased to be part of.